Oh, hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is a launch day. That means we are launching something brand new that you have not seen before. And my, oh my, you guys have been loving it so far. It is, of course, the delicate layering panel dies that we're going to be having a look at over the next couple of hours. And we are going to give you bagfuls of inspiration, as well as some brilliant deals. And the inspiration, of course, is coming courtesy of the lovely lady herself. Debby Robinson is here with us in the studio. How are you, Debbie?
I'm fine, thank you very much, Joe, and super excited to be getting started with these fantastic, beautiful, intricate dies that really should be labelled creator card dies, because you can create so many different styles of cards with these beautiful panel dies. And I'm going to show you my makes and my takes that we're going to go through in this show today. So I'm going to, well, I'm not going to start with butterfly because I started with butterfly earlier, but we're going to be covering the gorgeous butterfly panel, which is absolutely beautiful and has these gorgeous little lift off wings as well. If you missed the show this morning, don't worry, because we will be covering all of these beautiful designs. And when I say all of the beautiful designs, some are just lending themselves to be a good old-fashioned shaker card where you can cut out the aperture with the outside line of the die and then fit those beautiful panel dies back in again and create a little bit of a shadow drop. Then we've got where you can take it into not just one card but a trifold card, and you can mix the 2 or 3 or 4 patterns all together and create some beautiful cards. And talking of beautiful cards, the feathers I just absolutely adore. Those peacock feathers are going to work with the masquerade ball papers. They're going to work with those gorgeous peacock collection that we had out recently, but again, absolutely stunning. And then we're going to finish off with a gorgeous gift box ready for Christmas, birthdays, whatever it is that you want, because this beautiful panel enables you to take it into all sorts of different themes, whether it be autumn theme, spring theme, summer theme, or winter theme, Christmas theme, birthday theme, all those themes.
All the themes. That's what we're going to be looking. That's the theme, isn't it, of the show? All the themes is the theme of the show today. It is indeed. Loads of you tuning in saying hello. I can see Raquel is in Colorado. Terry Lee saying hi in Arizona. Robin's in Florida. Joe B is giving us a big old Texas howdy. I love that. Mary's in Oregon as well. Brownie's in Shropshire. Barbara's in Indiana. Who else we got here? Wanda in New York. Jan in Whitby. Joe B says, sounds like Joe, but looks different. Yes, I have shaved my beard off. We're going to do Movember, and we're going to tell you more about that as the month goes on. But let's get right into these dies, because they are absolutely beautiful. Now, the best way of getting the best value, of course, is going for the complete collection. That's going to give you all 4 of these brand new dies, and also it's going to give you, just move my coffee there, also going to give you the Nina cardstock there as well, which is fantastic. 3508 or 4360 for platinum members. Absolutely amazing value for money. They are all available individually as well. Let me take you through the designs that you are getting in here. They're a great size, these as well. The value is off the chart when you look at the things that you're able to do with them. So first of all, we're going to start with that gorgeous butterfly. As you can see here, it's the elegant butterfly, and it's going to enable you to make gorgeous projects like that. Isn't that absolutely stunning? So that is your first one. Then you're also going to receive in here as well the entwining vines. Again, lovely size here. Lots you can do with them. Love it on a centre stepper there, as you can see. We then move into the feathers as well. You've got the peacock feathers, as Debbie said, would work great with our peacock collection. Also, our masquerade ball collection would work wonderfully with this. And again, you can see the kind of thing that you're able to achieve there with that. And then also, you've then got that perfect peony in there as well. Again, amazing. You know what they give you, Debbie?
What's that?
An opportunity to craft.
Oh,
yeah, they do. That's right. All available individually, as I said as well. So definitely grab a hold of them. You're going to be blown away when you see the amount of different things that you can do with these. Mary Pat says, OMG, I was watching the replay of the Wake Up Call, Joe, and wondered who the new man was on the set. Seriously, I waited for Debbie to introduce him. It was you. LOL, what a transformation. I know, who knew that this was going on there the whole time. Any comments or questions you've got about this collection, get them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. I'd love to know who's gone for these already, because you have been shopping in your droves already since that earlier Wake Up Call show. Right though, Debbie, I know you've got so much planned, haven't you, for the next couple of hours. So
yes.
Without further ado, I can see you like a coiled spring over there. I'm gonna hand straight over to you.
Well, do you know, before I show you the black and white concepts, I thought we'll crack straight in with a demo and show you
Amazing.
how fantastic these work. So what I've done here is I've taken some gorgeous Centura pearl, although I've got my mucky fingerprints all over it. Can you see? I've had jacket potato with a bit of salad
nice?
cream and salad. Beautiful, but I've ended up getting it all over me,
no.
all over me piece of paper. But not to worry, because what I'm going to show you is how these come to you. Really straightforward, simple, beautiful die, outside cutting edge all the way around, which creates the aperture straight away, and then the delicate detail which creates that beautiful panel. So again, I'm going to go in, and I'm a little bit tight on my cardstock there, but doesn't matter. Does not matter. Exactly. So I'm going to run that over and straight through my Gemini machine. Normal platform with a thin metal die. So you're just going to pop all those in, get your plates nice and flush, and run through your machine. One pass of the machine is going to do the die cut. And then there's also the feature where we're going to use our rubber embossing mat to get that extra embossed detail, because there's some nice little embossed features on here as well. So when you take that out, and the reason I pop it going down is it makes this bit simpler. Turn it over, lift off, and I can see the beautiful die cut
so
almost immediately. And I am going to remove that piece, because there's no point embossing that. It's just the piece that creates the aperture. And like I said, we'll talk about that in more in a moment. I'm just going to remove my tape though, Joe. So take the tape off. When we take his tape off, I'm now going to slide out the magnetic shim, pop the plate back on the top. Then I'm going to pop on there my rubber embossing mat, because like I said, there is a lovely little feature on these dies where we are going to emboss as well as die cut. So you see the die cut done instantly, one pass. Now this bit is going to do the embossing. And for me, I mentioned it this morning on the wake up call, when there's a die that has that extra embossed feature, I do like to run it through with the rubber embossing mat. That is what that platform is there for.
How do you know?
Whoops,
how do you know?
I forgot I left that there.
How do you know what dies can be embossed? Is there a rule of thumb to let you know, Debbie?
Yes, you'll see it on your die, and when I get this die out, I'll show you what I mean by that. Trust me. Oh, if you love your paper piecing, just saying,
nice.
You would save those bits. You wouldn't be throwing those away, Joe. However, I'm not paper piecing this one, so we're going to just get rid. Although I should have saved those for another time. Oh, why didn't I do that, Joe? Why didn't I do that? Now I can see already on this
look
side.
At that. Falls
Can
out.
you see? Now, can our gorgeous George of the joystick come in really close?
Gorgeous George with the joystick.
Gorgeous George. Yeah, I'm getting him a new one now. Gorgeous George of the joystick, because he is gorgeous, and I love him to bits. But can you see that beautiful, beautiful embossed detail on the leaf?
Isn't it?
That is why it is worth doing it. And the rule of thumb is, when you look at this die, and I'll show you just for a second, and I wonder if it can work his magic again. Can you see the outside cutting edge?
Yeah.
But these pieces here that are cut out,
right?
But they're not cut out. They're just cut out of the metal. They're not raised. That's the embossed detail. So the raised element is the die that cuts out. The bit that's flat and doesn't have anything is the embossed detail. Oh, fantastic, George of that joystick. You are amazing. You've come in really close there. And when I bring that in, just so you can see, it gives you all that detail, all that veining on the leaves, all the petal detail. It is worth running it through, even down to the little dotty design that's on there. And if I just tilt that.
Oh, wow, yeah, like the stamens.
It is worth doing it. It is honestly 110% worth doing that. And that is why you would always notice that on one of the dies, that's a die cut and emboss at the same time. So you do the two things together. That said, that beautiful panel is ready to be then layered back into things. Now, I did do, and I will show you, because I want to skip through and I want to get through all of my demos to show you. I took a piece from the garden party and lined it up onto some white stamping card, and simply to create the aperture, get that the right way around, Debbie, run that through and die cut it, and that's how I got that perfect aperture.
Nice.
For this then to sit back in there, Joe. Oops. For this then to sit back in like so, and that is how you create your aperture. The reason I sped this process up is because you need your glue to dry. Don't try running it through a die cutting element when your glue's wet, and I do prefer wet glue because it covers all the areas that you want it to cut. So give you good coverage over the back of your cardstock, pop it onto some white stamping card, let it dry, so give it a couple of hours to let it dry properly, and then you can do that, and that gives you that little piece extra. Now we'll run that through again because I want a 2-piece. Now you do get, is this right? Is there some Centura Pearl in this one?
There is some Centura Pearl. I've got an
Perfect.
80 sheet collection. I'll take you through that very shortly.
Perfect. So we're going to run that through again, Joe, because we're going to have it layered, and we're going to have it literally to give a little bit of a drop shadow kind of feature. So again, I'm going to run that through. Let's pop it through the metal die combination. I'm not going to emboss this one though, Joe, because this bit is only going to be the backdrop part, so it's not going to be the foreground. So I've done the first one with the foreground with the extra embossing detail, but for this one it's going to sit underneath, so I don't really need to waste that time, the energy, on doing that little piece with the rubber embossing mat. So I'm just simply going for the die cut with this one.
Excellent.
But again, oh sorry, Joe.
That's fine. Crafty Becky just asked what size they are. They are 3.9 inches by 5.9 inches, all of them. So just under, a fraction under 4x6.
Perfect. Yep, they're a nice size, real nice size, and again, just a beautiful design. And I think what we've done is we've kept it kind of, not simple's the wrong word, isn't it? Elegant. That's the word I'm going with. We've kept them nice and elegant, these.
Eleganza extravaganza,
They
aren't
are, yeah, absolutely. They really are. Oh, now you can really see the difference when you haven't run that through. Although the power of the Gemini has given me a little bit of an embossed detail, but you can see the difference between the two isn't quite as embossed as the other one. However, like I said, that bit is going to sit into the backdrop of my card. Now, I took a card and I've measured this at 6 by 8 inches, and I've literally taken some more of the garden party, and as I did this morning with the crushed velvet, I've just gone round the outside with my applicator just to literally lift it slightly and give it a little bit of a framing, and that was with the crushed velvet because again I love these papers. That garden party paper pad, if
Really,
there's still
it's
some
pretty,
left,
isn't it?
it's absolutely stunning. But I want to create a shaker element, and I want to create it with the back of my aperture here. So what I'm going to do is turn that over. I've already cut myself some construction acetate which is going to sit onto the back, so let's bring in our tape pen. And I'm going to go all the way around my panel, and then we're going to sit the acetate onto the back.
Wanda said, these are gorgeous, just had to order them. Joe says, I'm just going to have these. They are amazing. They are amazing. I think the value's great as well, because what you are essentially getting is 4 creator cards here, aren't you, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely. And the ways that you can use them as well, Joe, as well, is just phenomenal. It really is. And they are, I mean, we're not calling them creator cards, but they really should be a creator card because they look like a creator card. And the fact that there's so many ways that you're going to be able to use them. Now, I'm going to take my dotty tape pen for this. This intricate panel is going to sit in there. And I'm then going to do the drop shadow bit with the purple element. The purple panel. Purple peony.
Purple peony
these
panel.
Are purple peony panel. The 3 purple peony panel. 3 peas. So I'm going to sit that back in. And now that creates almost like that window effect, the see-through effect. And you would be doing that if you were creating gift boxes, see-through, easels or anything like that. That's how the look that you would be going for. So you would be using the dye in 2 separate ways. So again, that looks absolutely beautiful. And then what we're going to do is now we're going to sit the purple one and offset it to create that little
Very
shadow.
nice.
And it really does make a difference. And that's why we do call them a layering panel. Anybody wondering why? This is the effect that you can create with the layering technique. However, you've seen these beautiful designs. They look absolutely fabulous on their own. If you didn't want to layer them up, you don't have to either. That's all I'm going to say, because you can create whatever it is that you want to create with these beautiful, beautiful panels. And so I'm just offsetting it slightly. So a fraction separate, and that just creates that beautiful shadow effect. Really does look very effective. And then all I'm going to do now is use my foam on a roll, and I know you're not, Ben, so we're not going to get the sing song.
Foam on a roll,
Hey!
foam on a roll,
Yeah.
foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey!
Well, Well, what can I say?
Debbie Fisher bullies me into singing it when she's
Does
here.
she? Is that why you sing it?
She makes me sing it. She
That's
doesn't
why
allow
you sing it. Does she
Yeah.
not allow you not to just...
Because I heard you've been avoiding saying what this
yes,
has been
I have.
called.
Yes, I prefer to just use it's a foam in a circular shape.
Circular foam.
Circular roll foam. I'll put it way round. Get away with it that way. Now, I've got myself some sequins, but whenever I do this technique, I do like to double up when it comes to my foam, circular foam, on a...
Circular foam.
So I'm just going to pop that on to double layer it, and that allows movement for my sequins. You could use foam pads. What have I got? I've got a gem stuck down there from my craft bag. Oh, well, it'll be forever encapsulated in there. But it allows for movement for your sequins. And like I said, you could use normal foam pads, but what you're going to have to do is make sure that there's no gaps so that your sequins do not escape.
We don't want that.
We don't want, we don't want any of the sequins escaping. I've actually managed to find myself some purple and silver ones, which I thought would work lovely with this. Now, I always have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this circular style foam thing.
I love that you started calling it that. Glenys Marie, a minion, what a great name, says, I'm new to all this. Where do I begin? Great point. Where do you begin?
Well, Monday Makers is coming up later as well. She could watch us on Monday Makers.
And we've got Cravings is a great starting point if you're a beginner, isn't it?
Yeah, Creative Cravings. We've got loads of shows. Yeah. We've got loads of different styles of crafts as well. And, there's so much choice. There really is. And where do you begin? I think it's where you want to... Where do you want to start in crafting? Do you want to go down the...
Do you want a die cut?
Do you want a die cut? Do you want to do some stamping and colouring? Do you want to do a little bit of paper kits? Because we've even got those kind of things covered as well. Because we do lots of hunky-dory products. We've got some coming up on a show tomorrow.
Let us know what you fancy having a go at, Glenys.
Yeah, absolutely.
What tickles you fancy? Let us know and we'll try and sort you out.
Exactly. Now, I've just noticed I've put some wet glue just onto the top of my circular foam. For good reason, Joe. Because I want a bit of wiggle time, and I'm just going to get my sequins out of my bag. Pop those in. Look how gorgeous those sequins
beautiful,
are.
aren't they?
Aren't they absolutely beautiful? And I'm going to spread them thin. Oh, they're just stunning. They really are. Beautiful, beautiful. I just thought they really encapsulated the loveliness of this paper as well. So I'm just going to line them up so I can see. And this is how I always do mine. Can you see how I'm lining it up? So it makes life a little bit easier when it comes to popping it on. You're not getting any escaping. And absolutely beautiful. Gives me time as well to get my little foam into place by having that wet glue on. And then apart from adding a sentiment, which I'm just going to tell you now, I'm not adding sentiments to many of my projects today because I've completely forgot to do them. I have completely forgot to do them. However, keep it generic. Do you know, if you're selling to make, you can keep it generic and you can always add those little finishing touches later. Do you know what? Let me just have a little... Going to go up at the top. Gonna go up at the top and I'm gonna stick that up there, and then I could add my sentiment on afterwards, but I thought, do you know what, let's keep it really nice and simple, and look how beautiful that panel looks with that little hint of a drop shadow just behind there, and then the sequins behind to create that beautiful shaker card.
Delicious.
Shaker card. And there you go, first demo done and dusted.
Love that.
Beautiful.
Evelyn wants to know, did you remove the film from the first layer of foam, or do you just leave it on?
I always remove it.
You always remove it?
To get double adhesive. It's like a double adhesive it's like adhesive on adhesive. I always remove it.
Awesome.
It might slip and slide so just be careful if you're going to do that. And I would prefer to do the double adhesive. Yeah.
Double adhesive. Bridget says, is that Joe? Yes, it is I. I just took my beard off. And I've been a bit cheeky and a bit naughty really, Debbie, because what also I didn't just take my beard off, did I? I put contact lenses in today and took my glasses off as well. So, I mean, I'm kind of having a bit of a game with you as well. Right, very, very busy already on this launch, as we knew it would be. I think the value on these is awesome. Remember what you're getting here. You're going to get the 4 designs included. You're also going to get the Nina cardstock in there as well, which is fantastic. So if you want to add colour to these with your alcohol markers, absolutely, you are going to be able to do that, which is fantastic. Let me take you through the designs that you're getting here then. So you're going to get these, which are the butterflies. I love that you can obviously manipulate the wings here on these butterflies and lift these up, giving you loads of texture. Also, I kind of like the way they all fly in different directions as well. It really is awesome. And again, very simple there. I think you'd look at them and think, yeah, okay, these are going to work brilliantly on a 5x7 card. But look how there we've got an 8x8 card with a 5x7 panel or a 4x6 panel, and it works absolutely beautifully. You're also going to get the vines in here as well, which are fantastic. Again, a completely different way of using them there on a stepper card, just over the top of some patterned papers. The feathers you guys are absolutely loving at the moment. These peacock feathers are going to work brilliantly with something like the Masquerade collection, our peacock collection. We really, and I think Leanne and her team are really great at bringing you designs that they know are going to work so well with all of the collections that you already own. That is absolutely genius. And you've got the pretty peonies here as well. So they are the 4 designs that you're getting in there, along with the Nina cardstock. 13.10 or 16.29 is what you are saving here on these, which is absolutely awesome. Really, really great value there. Let me share with you another great bundle we've got on the show. These are our ink pads, our water reactive ink pads. Now, water reactive ink pads are the most popular ink pads we sell. They are far and away the most popular, and it's a really great collection here because you've got some of the all-time best-selling colours in here as well. So you've got fuchsia, smoked emerald, green topaz, frosty jade is this one here. You then also have the midnight. We've got pine tree, grasshopper. We also have spring meadow, crush velvet, the parakeet, oasis, honeypot, and you've also got anthracite in there as well. So you're going to get all 13 of those ink pad colours, which is absolutely awesome. We have actually colour matched those as well to a Centura Pearl collection that we have on the show for you as well. And it's 80 sheets of Centura Pearl. Centura Pearl, of course, awesome because it's that beautiful pearlescent cardstock, all made in the UK. 310 GSM. If you've not worked with this stuff before, it really is premium cardstock that you're getting. And in here you're going to get baby pink, the lilac, mint green, royal blue, lavender, deep purple, the fuchsia, and that platinum as well. 10 sheets of each there, 25.53, 44.73. It's a 20% saving for you, which is absolutely excellent. So make sure you do grab a hold of that. What's everyone saying in the comments? These dies just make card making so easy. They do. I think they're of that size where you don't need to do too much else to them. Of course, you can mount them up on a panel on a larger card, but actually, if you're just having a card and this is the main focal point, really little else is needed. Dee says, Joe, I can't seem to find circular foam in the search bar on the website. How else might we find it, Debbie?
I love that one, that's so funny. Yeah, you would have to put, unfortunately, foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll,
foam on a roll,
foam
on a roll.
Hey!
Big air punch. Got to do the air punch right at the end.
For anyone that doesn't know, this is something that Ben started singing, and now it's just become a thing. Debbie's not so keen on it. I wasn't doing it. Debbie Fisher made me do it. Now I can't stop doing it as well. Any questions you've got about this brand new collection, get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. Lots of you letting me know that you've gone for these. Peg just saying, I've ordered this collection and a Gemini Junior for my friend to give to her daughter-in-law for Christmas. Oh, amazing. I'm sure she's going to absolutely love doing this. Glennis says, well, what's the easiest thing to do? I would love to make some Christmas cards. Glennis is our lovely new viewer, Debbie.
Oh, well then, definitely. We've got some tags coming up later on. The Christmas, even though the tags, the stamps in there are Christmassy, so you could be starting with something small, like a set of those that will double up, not just for card making, but for your tags as well. And then maybe a little bit of a colouring medium, or you may already own some colouring mediums where you can colour in as well. So maybe that'd be a possibility to tune into Monday Makers later. Yeah. There's lots of things. All you need to go and do is watch you can watch us at the same time as shopping on the web. As obviously...
Didn't you a little while ago put together a list of like things that people needed to start paper crafting? Do you remember?
Yes, yeah. So I were on about like making sure you've got good tools like a guillotine and a scoreboard. The Ultimate Pro is a really great one because it's like a 10-in-1 toolkit, that one. There's lots of items that you need. You need good glues, things like that, tape pens, whatever it is. You need like what I call a toolkit to get yourself started, and then all the rest will come, like the smaller machines. And I personally, I didn't start with the machine when I started crafting. I can tell you now, the machine came a little bit later on, and I started with things like paper kits and stamping and all those kind of things, and that's where I started with the crafting journey. So, you know, tune in to us every day. We're here 7 days a week. We're here with 3 shows a day.
Not us two, thankfully. There's other people as well.
There's lots of other people, lots of other lovely ladies and gentlemen that are talented. And of course,
not that we're not talented, by the way.
Gorgeous. I was coming to that bit. You never let me get finished, Joe, did you? We've got beautiful, talented presenters as well in the form of our gorgeous Joe, Ben, Becky, George, and who else have I missed off that list? Becky. Did I say Becky? I thought I said Becky.
Did you? Okay, I'll
Becky's coming up, and Becky, double threat, because she's not only a craft expert, but she's a presenter too. So, I mean, come on, we've got loads of talent here. Loads of talent. So, can I show you, going back to these fantastic dies, can I show you a few of the simplest concepts? And we'll do this in black and white, so we strip it back so that you can see of all the different things that you can create. And we started with the peonies. That is just simply a peony panel cut out and put onto the front of a card. So those are the kind of things that you can make with it. You can take it into things like your easel cards as well. So with a bit of acetate, you can have it floating in the air, your panel, and I'll just put in fact, let me grab a piece of white cardstock so you can see it. I've got a dark dress on today, and it sometimes can deflect from the item, but you can see there you've got a lovely floating easel card. You can take it into straightforward, literally panels, floating panels, where you have it floating in the middle of 2 pieces of cardstock, a connecting card. You can take it into things like your stepper card. So this one's a stepper card, and the panel sits in the middle. Again, another easel, this time using the aperture to sit back. It's gorgeous, isn't it, that one? It's absolutely beautiful. It's this lovely see-through element again. If I put the white behind there, you can see cutting straight through. That allows you, with that die, the aperture cuts out, and then the intricate part inside creates that beautiful panel. Hence why they're called layering panel dies. Gorgeous ways of using them, from your front gatefold cards to your K-fold cards. Let me make sure I've got that the right way around. So your K-fold, again, very simple. And if you ever want to know how to make a K pop-out card, then you need to get and dust down your Ultimate Pros, because they're in there. Just checking, because I thought there was. I'm thinking it feels heavy, this box.
What's in it?
Gift boxes, but inside your gift box, if I just hold that there, you've got yourself a beautiful card as well, so you could be making your cards, or simply a beautiful gift box idea. Perhaps fill it up with something nice and sweet at the back of it. But again, just really love it. Let me try to...
Really
hang on a minute. Tell you what, I'll do that in a minute. Okay. Things like beautiful gift boxes of a circular nature, or maybe a light up box. Pop a little tea light in the bottom, and again using your panels to create the aperture. Pop some acetate behind the back or some vellum, and then stick your panel back in. You've created yourself almost like a candle-like style feature there, and exactly that's what that could be. Tea light in the middle, a fake candle, Joe.
Beautiful.
A fake candle. Absolutely gorgeous. There's some beautiful ideas, lots and lots of ideas, and if you're involved in any of the Facebook groups, let me just tell you now, our amazing design team that have worked with this collection have been sharing the makes all over I'm a Crafter's Companion, the retail ones as well, where you can be looking for that inspiration that you need to make some of the amazing things that they've been doing with these fantastic dies, Joe. So Joe, I'm going to get myself ready for my next demo. Just a couple of minutes.
You get yourself sorted out, don't you worry about that. Yes, lots of you now going for these, very, very busy. 43.85 in the UK, 54.50 gets you all 4 of them and the Nina cardstock as well. If you are a platinum member, of course, you're looking at 3508 or 4360 if you are in the US. Now, I want to take you through something else that you might want to use on their own or in, well, and there. I started yodeling there, didn't I? Is, of course, your credit card liftables. Now, these are all fully separated. Brilliant deal here for these, on these for you. And these are great because what they do is basically give you the liftable element that you've looked at in the credit cards. And you can use them individually. So you can really place these how you want to, which is brilliant. So you've got the butterflies. You've also got the dragonflies in here. You're going to receive the hearts as well. Then we also have in here the pointed petals, which are these ones. You've got your stars, and you've got the fairies in there as well. 32.96 or 46.03. Brilliant saving for you there on those. So do grab those if you want them. We've also got some lovely 8x8 cardstocks available for you on the show as well. So I'll take you through those. We've got the Spring Fever first. So you're going to get the patterns and then the solids. So you're going to get the patterns and the plains. This one here is your Spring Fever. 48 sheets for you. It's 160 GSM. This particular one. So that's your patterns, and then you're going to get your solids in there as well. And the solid, 240 GSM, so a really lovely heavy card weight there for you. 35% saving on those. More options for you. This one here is your Everyday Delights. And again, a beautiful selection. They're really kind of generic, these, and I mean that in the nicest kind of way. Each one of them gives you a real mixed bag of colours and different designs, and then 40 sheets of the corresponding cardstock. So if you are newer to crafting and you're thinking, well, mats and layers, how am I going to achieve those with patterned and coloured cardstock? These are great because it's designed the two things together. You've got your top layer, and then you've got your subsequent matte layers there, all perfectly colour matched for you. We then also have the celebrations available as well, which is this one just here. Again, really lovely designs, lots of bold splashes of colour in there. And then the Celebration Solids is your other pad that you're going to receive in that one. 14.93 or 18.13 if you want to get your hands on that particular one just there. Right, very, very busy. I think Debbie, though, is ready to inspire us some more. Is that right, Debbie?
Absolutely. Now we're going to use the peacock feathers. I love this die. It's absolutely beautiful. Lots of ways that you can use it. You could use it on watercolour cardstock and use your water reactive inks to colour it in. You could be cutting it into Nina cardstock and colouring it with your alcohol medium. But there's lots of things. I'm simply going to cut it out in this gorgeous luxury gold cardstock, the glitter cardstock. And again, I will be using some of the gorgeous papers from, not the Peacock collection, but the Masquerade collection, Joe, because I think those work absolutely beautiful with this die set as well. Now, because it is glitter cardstock, it is encapsulated glitter cardstock, but it is a coated cardstock. And sometimes with the glitter, you do need your metal shim. However, I always like to start off with the lightest pressure first, and just normal combination of your plastic shim, magnetic shim, and your other cutting plate. And we're simply going to run that through our Gemini as well. You can always add the plate afterwards if it hasn't cut through. It is a coated cardstock. It's a little bit tougher to get through, but I always prefer to do it this way. Check first and then add the extra platform if needed, or the extra shim if needed. But I'm going to turn that over, lift that up, and I can see that's cut absolutely beautifully. And again, let me just lift that off. You could be using that for an aperture again to pop your thing back into if you were cutting it out in a different colour. So don't be wasting any of these pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, do you know what? I actually will run it through for embossing. I know you're probably thinking I've gone mad, because it is glitter cardstock, and you're probably thinking, well, you're not going to see much on the glitter cardstock.
Have you gone mad, Debbie?
You what, love?
Have you gone mad?
I have gone mad, Joe. I have gone mad. No, I just want to finish it off properly with that extra embossed detail, because even though it's glitter cardstock, you can see the cut's absolutely beautiful from here. But honestly, these are just beautiful dies. Leanne and the team knocked it out of the park with this one. Again, off the chart, as our Sarah would say. Off that
Amazing.
chart. Yes. As was she on Saturday night. I don't know if anybody watched that amazing dance.
We were a bit annoyed, Debbie, weren't we?
Annoyed? What were going off with that scoring?
Fuming, I think it's fair to say.
Yes, I think it is.
I don't know how you can do those drop roll things she did.
Did you see? I know the
like they're being lifted up and twirled around things.
You've got to have a lot of trust in someone to be lifted, let me tell you, because...
it's been a long time since I've been lifted.
Well, I was just going to say the same thing. I was just going to say exactly the same thing. But she did not warrant those scores from a certain young man.
I was very, very disappointed.
No, I know, but shows you the power of the people, because we all voted for her in their droves. Now, again, take a look. Even with the embossed detail around the feathers, I can still see how gorgeous that is, but how beautiful it looks, even cut out into coated cardstock. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I am going to set it off with, and I have already done a little bit of matting and layering. It's going to be a panel for a reverse diesel. I've used black matte cardstock. You can see I've got a bit of gold glitter cardstock there, but I've also done the a sheet of the 12 by 12 beautiful not peacock. Debbie, stop calling it peacock. It's not peacock. The beautiful masquerade ball 12 by 12 paper pad. And I'm going to sit that just simply into the background there.
Beautiful,
it literally just... honestly. You will need a good glue for this one. And I couldn't recommend it highly enough, which is the Dotty Tape pen, because of the intricacy, especially of this feathered one. I mean, it is super intricate. There's a ton of die cut elements on there, and lots of filigree design as well. So it's always worthy. You don't want any glue.
Bogies?
Thank you. I'll let you call it. I'll let you call it, because that's what I normally call it.
I would never call them that. I know that's what you call them.
Yeah, you don't want any of the glue gubbins. Glue gubbins coming through. Globules. And that's exactly what you don't get when it comes to the Dotty Tape pen. It also is a very strong glue as well. So once you've got that down, it isn't going anywhere, and there's no glue seeping through, which spoils your project. I am going to add a few little diamantes though on here, because I think just to add a few little extra elements, I'm going to bring my tacky glue in. So let me bring my tacky glue. There we go. And I'm going to pop some just on my glitter cardstock as well. And I'm going to add just a little bit of an extra touch. I've got some extra sparkly bits here. So I'm going to bring in my big shiny purple ones. And my lovely jade, I'm going to call them. No, turquoise. Turquoise, that's the word I'm going with, turquoise. I need my sticky up pencil though. Where's my sticky up pencil? Oh, I've my sticky up some pen. Oh, let me rummage around in my bag. Oh, there we go, got it. Awesome. Sticky up pencil. I'm going to pick them up. Oops, you will pick it up a bit. Oh, I've just knocked my end off. Hang on a minute.
Oh, you really are the gift that keeps on giving today, Debbie.
My sticky bit's not working. I tell you what.
You knock your end off trying to pick your big shiny purple ones up.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Debbie, just pick it up with your finger, girl. It'll be fine. Just give it a go. Yeah, just pick it up with a finger instead. Let's see if it'll work on my smaller ones. Perhaps they were a bit top heavy. A bit like myself.
Oh, Debbie, I do love you.
Oh dear. Right, let's get these on into place. But aren't these designs beautiful?
They really
Joe?
are. And do you know what always blows me away with the designs on our dies? And you know, the team that put these together and work with our manufacturers to produce them is the amazing amount of intricacy you can get in here. And the thing is, you get such amazing intricacy with our dies, but thanks to the Gemini and the dies together, they're still easy to use. How many times have you been out and bought dies from other brands that have got this level of intricacy in them, and you've cut them once and you thought, do you know what? Never again. I'm never going to bother again. Spraying them with sprays, the cardstock and water, and then adding extra shims and double cutting them on the side of your plate, in the middle of your plate. We don't have any of that here, which just makes it so much easier.
Exactly, and you've hit the nail right on the head there. Now I'm going to let that dry for a moment, Joe, while I bring in my card blank. Now I've taken some matte black cardstock for this one, and what I've done is, to create the reversed easel, it's very much similar to the fold back card.
Okay.
So for this one, I've actually measured this at 5 3/4 inch square. 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Scored it in half and then scored it in half again to create the fold back. A bit difficult on the black cardstock, but if I do it there, a Z fold card, so to speak. But to do the reversed easel, all we're going to do is just twist it, because that's going to act as the top part. This is going to be the easel, where the easel sits. And to do that, I need some really gorgeous cardstock. And the reason I chose the masquerade is that there's beautiful peacock feathers in here already. And that's one of the reasons why I deliberately chose this one. Plus, I couldn't find me peacock feather paper pad. I don't know what I've done with it. I think I had it out the other day, and I looked at it in, do you know, in between my legs, like I told you before. I've got like that didn't
What have
sound
you
right.
got?
That didn't sound right. Right, so let me just explain.
What have you got there, Debbie?
Right, so
What have you got there?
so at home, at the side of my legs, there's my paper pads. Do you know my paper pantry, we're going to call it? Paper...
Library?
The bag.
The library?
The library.
Yeah.
There, and lots of paper pads, and I think that's why it might be. I
Excellent.
think it would, but yeah, I just had to quickly explain myself there just for a second. Right, so we've got some more of those gorgeous papers as well, and again, all I'm going to do is, oh, don't chuck it on the floor, dearie me, is I'm going to layer up the sides. So it's almost like decorating a fold back card. But we're going to twist it around, and that's what I love about this style of
Awesome.
card.
Lots of people loving this. Yolanda's saying such a pretty feather dye. Gilmore loves the peacock feathers. Gilmore says, lol, love your sense of humour, Debbie, never change. Leslie asks as well, are the dyes available individually? Yeah, they absolutely are. They're all available individually. And in fact, any two of these for £22 or $29 if you wanted to go for a couple of them, which is fantastic. Who else we got here as well? Mitch saying how great it will go. Mitch saying about how great this will go with masquerade, which is exactly how Debbie's using it. Still lots and lots of comments about the lack of a beard as well. It has gone. It will be back though for Christmas. It will make its festive return, Debbie.
Will it be coming back, Joe?
I think it will absolutely 100% be coming back. Yeah,
Bless
at
you.
least through until summer, because my oh my, it's cold.
It is a little cold. It really is a little bit cold up north, isn't it?
It really is.
But actually, though, to be fair, Joe, do you know when I left where I lived at Barnsley?
Yeah.
It was freezing.
Now, was it?
Gale force winds and raining. And then I hit Wetherby and it stopped. There were blue skies and everything. I'm like, what's going off here?
Normally
and then
it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it came a little bit grey when I hit Newton Aycliffe. So, a little bit, what do they call it? Bipolar, the weather. This is about one for a better word. That's what they call it.
A bit mixed, bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, a bit mixed. But it is. It's just it's up and down, isn't it? You never know where you are with the weather. And that's the beautiful thing about living here in England.
Oh.
Right. So I've popped a little bit of red liner tape onto there. I'm actually going to stick that on the panel, and then literally it's going to sit like so, and that's how you call it, what we call the reversed easel. So first things first, let's peel this back like so. Right, there we go. I think this paper just beautiful. Honestly, this masquerade paper is stunning, just stunning. And again, I'm just going to line it up, get that nice and straight. Oh, Debbie, you didn't put your runny glue on. Oh, that's the problem with wet liner tape. Red liner tape. There we go. And then now I just need a little bit of a stopper. And I've got myself some paper again, already mounted onto the masquerade, bit of that gold again, and the black. And I'm just going to hold it in place before I sit that down, because I want it to make sure. There we are. Pop you there. Yeah, that looks about centre. pop that on. I'm going to add a little bit of a bow. Again, add the sentiment on later. And what we've got now is our reverse diesel card. There you go, with the beautiful peacock feathers. And it really is just a glorious, glorious design. And how wonderful that works with the beautiful masquerade papers there, which I think are still available on the website.
They are there on the website, indeed. Yeah, that masquerade paper pad is still available, absolutely, for you. I'm going to take you back through the individual designs, actually, but I'll show you some of the other awesome concepts that have been done on these. Really, really beautiful ones. So, again, if you're using these on boxes, love these schmetterlings, the butterflies, very, very popular. I just love the amount of texture and dimension you're able to get on there by manipulating those, which is fantastic. We then have, as well, this awesome one just here that's been done. Love that little diorama card there that's been created. Brilliant as a fold back card. I love this is kind of it's a fold back card, this one, Debbie, but it's been done, it's got with a panel on top. So it's
double Z.
It's a double Z
double
fold.
Z fold card. So it's a double Z fold card on a bigger panel to create that double Z feature. It's lovely,
Love
isn't
that.
it?
Really, really nice. And also think about doing all of your different dome-fronted cards. They're going to work beautifully with these as well. They really lend themselves to the texture. As I said, they are available individually if you want them to grab them individually. And remember, any two of these, £22 or $29. The next one we've got is the entwining vines. There we are. Let me take you through some of the different things that you're able to do with this one just here. So again, you've got a side stepper card there, works beautifully. I love these kind of like illusion easels that have been made with these as well. They're just fabulous, aren't they? Completely see-through, which I think is a really clever way of using them. We've also got shaker cards here as well. You saw Debbie create a shaker card a little earlier in the show using one of these. Also, one of my favourite card styles is, of course, a twisted easel. You make a great twisted easel with that there as well. I think that panel is really, really delicate. So that's your entwining vines that you've got there. Next up, we've got the feathers, which is the peacock feathers. Again, very simple but very effective, some of these cards. Just that bow-fronted card there, created using a little piece of acetate, which is a great way to go. We then have a tent fold card, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Just using, but just again, using like an illusion there with a piece of acetate, which is a great way to go. A lovely little fold back card there as well. And then this is quite striking in here. Oh, Debbie, it's got lights in it. It's a light up one. It's got lights in it. Oh, look.
Beautiful.
Let me pop it in this moment. I'm going to show it. I'm going to do the big reveal in just a second. Don't you worry. Let me just separate these lights out a bit. I'm aware I'm talking to myself. Yes, I'm sorry. Let me just put this in here for you. But look at this. Ready?
Oh,
love that.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Isn't that awesome? Love a light up box. We really, really do. So you've got that one there. And then finally, I'll put that there because I'll forget to turn that off if I put it away. We've also got then the pretty peonies in here as well. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, so this is yeah. Oh, now that's unusual. Is that right, Debbie?
That's a reversed easel with the panel. So it's a bit similar to the card that I've just done, but done it with the panel to create that reversed easel.
Stopper. What a great way of using it. Here as well, you can see this one here. Oh, another easel there. Again, another one of those sort of illusion style easels, which is very, very popular at the moment. And you know, also keeping it very simple. How about just a simple fold-back card there, using that peony to create that as well. Absolutely brilliant. I think however you want to put these together, however you want to use them. Rachel, our social media superstar, says maybe I need to crochet myself a chin cover. Mate, you can get those hats, can't you, Debbie, that have got like the bit in that goes around here as well. Maybe I need one of those for winter.
Oh, yeah.
Hadassah says, hello everyone, late to the party. Love this guy. It would pair wonderfully with my peacock collection, the masquerade ball collection, as well. Love has that CC brings and ties everything together for us. And Lorraine saying, love that collection, and also what another fantastic demo from the lovely Debbie. Absolutely is indeed. If you want to go for them, remember, get them all together is the best way to get the best value. $43.85 or $54.50 is your price on those. Lots of you are very full baskets. Going to give you an opportunity to check out. Whilst you do that, here's how you can watch and shop at the same time.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, It's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Awesome. Lots of you checking out there. Don't know why I said, don't know why I came up with awesome. I think I was actually talking to myself. Leslie says, could you stick these die-cut panels, Debbie, onto a bought tea light holder? Like a battery-operated one, I'm guessing. Or like, I'm thinking maybe she means like a battery-operated candle. And if she asks, if so, what glue would you use?
Ooh, good question. So if you were putting these onto a real candle?
No.
Fake candle?
Fake candle or
Fake
a glass, like a glass tea light.
So the tacky glue would probably work. Glass one, glass maybe not. I would probably use the spray, the stick and stay.
Stick and stay, yeah.
Stick and stay actually would be good for both. I think stick and stay, I would go with that one. Obviously, if you're stateside, you would need to purchase that from the HSM website because we don't transport sprays over across.
We do not.
No. Yeah.
It's very tricky, apparently. I am going to just share with you a couple of some sprays that we've got on the show. Now, they are UK only. It is our Spray and Sparkle, and oh my word, they are so utterly gorgeous. You've got 4 in this particular one here. So you've got the Pearl Spray, which is the Pearl Diamond. You're also going to receive the iridescent one as well, which is just beautiful. So you've got the iridescent one. You've also got the gold in here as well. And you will receive the silver. So you can get all 4 of those together for a brilliant price. $18.64 is UK only though, $14.91 if you want to go for that as a platinum member. Something else I want to share with you, I've got a vellum collection for you. Some vellum pads, they're all available individually. I love these vellum pads. This is a Farmhouse one firstly. Now Farmhouse one's got those lovely big toppers in the back of there. And then we get into all of these gorgeous vellums. They're so beautiful. Great if you wanted to fussy cut some frames out of these. Love that you've got some that could be cut down into strips as well. It's all very usable, very craftable designs, and some patterns in there and florals as well, which is fantastic. Then we've also got, I think these may be my favourite vellum collection we've done, this one. It is your vintage diary. It's just so gorgeously shabby chic here. As you can see, some beautiful floral tones in there, some larger florals, just lots of different layers to all of the different vellums that are within that one. You've got, let's change those details for you. So you've got there your different ones in there. So Yes, that's a farmhouse one. This is a vintage diary one that we've got here, so just change that. There we are. So you're going to get 12 sheets there of the vintage diary. And then what we've also got is the Caring Thoughts. And again, with the Caring Thoughts, love this one because this one is one of the first ones we did that actually has some planes in there. So you've got some colour matched plain vellums as well as all of your different patterned vellums within there as well. Which is absolutely fantastic. So you can see those just there. And this one, 36 sheets. So a lot of vellum there for that price, which is amazing. Let me just recap the details for you on that brand new launch. Remember, this is a launch date. It's the first time, first chance you've had to get your hands on these. $43.85, $54.50. If you want to go for these, a great saving there. They are all available individually, or you can get any two of these, of course, for £22 or $29. So it really is up to you how you want to get your hands on these particular dies. Right, I do believe though we're going to go back to the lovely Debbie for some more ispirazione. That's inspiration in Italian, Debbie.
Now I'm going to do a trifold card with this one. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this if you don't have A3 cardstock. I chose A3 cardstock, which is ready available on the website, and it comes in different colours from your pastels to things like your ivory, into gold, into silver. Just go and check out the A3 section. If you are going with the A3 section, what I'll tell you is you need to literally cut this down to 15 inches by 7 inches and score at 5 inches and 10 inches, and then you get your perfect trifold card. So that is how you would create that. However, you could do a trifold card with an A4. So literally all you would do is create a 10 inch by 7 inch, add a little ½ inch just to put a panel, and then have like a 5 by 7 to attach that on, and then you've got yourself your trifold, if that makes sense. But I've done mine on a larger piece, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a trifold with putting the panels back in, so we're going to layer them back up. So I'm going to use the entwining vines, and I'm going to use it in a different way to how you would think, because you're probably thinking, well, what you're doing, Debs, but I'm going to show you to create the aperture, to create the panel to fit back in. This is what we're going to do. So I'm going to hold this into place, literally, low tack tape both sides. And I think while I'm at it, Joe, I am going to use the beautiful peonies. I'm going to bring that peonies back in that I've used. And I'm going to sit that on the inside panel as well, like so. Kill two birds with one stone and pop that through. So again, just hold it down with some low tack tape. There we go. And then pop that in. And onto my Gemini. Now this is the normal Gemini, the original Gemini. That don't sound right, normal. The original Gemini, the OG of the family. Original gangster though, that isn't it?
Yeah.
I know I've been
I feel like
calling
we've reclaimed it though, haven't we? We've changed it.
Have we changed it?
Now, well, here it means original Gemini. That's what
original. That, you see, that's what I was doing. It was that Craig, the naughty boy. He was the one that said OG. I didn't realise it meant original gangster. I just thought it meant original. I think, to be fair, so did he.
Okay. Was this like when I started telling everyone Cardi B's real name was Cardigan Backyardigan and I believed it?
Cardigan what?
Cardigan Backyardigan. That's what I thought her name was. No, it's not right. That's not her name at all. Jenny Cleary told me that a few years ago, and I completely believed it, and then I started going around telling people that her name was Cardigan Backyardigan. That's what it standing for.
She's a little monkey, that Jenny.
Isn't she?
Oh, that's so funny. But this what enables me now, which right now you're probably thinking, goodness me, where's she going with this? I'm going to save these pieces though, Joe. I've got both of the. Oh, actually, no, you've left that bit in, Debbie. Take that out. I'm going to save those pieces because what I'm after is creating the aperture first. So I'm going to just use this one again and place it down. Let me get a tap out though with all the extra bits in. There we go. And right now you're probably thinking, dear, wow, looks a bit oly, because it does at minute. All a bit oly. However, it'll all make sense in a moment, Joe. So I'm going to run that one through on this end. There we go, like so. There we are. And like I said, I'm going to hang on to these. I'm not going to use them in this particular demo, but I am going to use them. That's why I'm going to save them, because create yourself some little panels, Joe. Pop them to one side. And you could use those for a later date when you want to add something to a finished card, scrapbook page, snip into them, use them as little background pieces, and I'll show you a gorgeous sample by that in a moment. But all that's done is now created my aperture, which is all holy. But literally now put the folds back in, because obviously when you run it through the machine it takes the score lines, it flattens them, so I'm just going to put those back in. So we're going to turn that one in on itself, so that I've created the aperture for my backdrop, where I'm then going to put the panels back into. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on the back, and I've got some vellum. Now, did you say we've got some vellum on the show?
We do have some vellum. So you've got the farmhouse, the vintage diary, and also, oh sorry, I'm out the box. We've also got the caring thoughts as well. Sorry.
What were you doing, Joe? Well, you can use vellum onto the backdrop. You could do acetate with this as well. Now, I'm just going to make sure. So, can you see all the little viney bits? That's why I'm using my dotty tape pen again, Joe, because I just think to get those little pieces, and it stops it from moving around when you pop your panel back in. So I'm just going to pop that all the way around, like so. And then I'm going to sit my vellum, and I've just chopped it down a tad fraction smaller than 5x7 to fit the vellum in. And I'm going to do that as well on this side as well. So the other piece that I've got is going to sit like so. And again, I'm just going to repeat that by adding the dotty tape pen all the way around. So let's move that all the way around, like that. And then I'm going to literally up the vines again. Pop my dotty tape pen in all of those areas.
And is this one of those you could just make this as big as, could you just keep going with a design like this,
Oh,
Debbie,
God,
if you wanted
yeah.
to join them together?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Joe. And there you go. And again, like I said, just a fraction tad smaller than 5x7. So I've literally just took a slither off there. You could take a quarter of an inch or something like that off. So I've got now 2 panels ready. Can you see there? Ready for me to slip back in my extra pieces. But I need something for the middle. So for this one, I'm going to use some contrasting ones. So I've got some silver. So that's going to sit onto the back of there. And again, all I'm going to do is pop my dotty tape pen in the areas where I want it to sit, where it doesn't lift up, so that when I do pop my panel back into place, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of a solid one round the outside edge now, but when we do pop that back in, none of that is going to lift up, it's going to just sit really nice and neatly. So again, I'm just going to pop that in the panel. And again, just a tad fraction, slightly smaller than the 5x7. And now what I've got is a nice solid base again, but I've got a lovely see-through element. You can see my hand through there, but it looks really lovely. And again, just go back over your lines just to get them nice, crisp, burnished lines, so that your trifold fits beautifully. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to create some panels. Going back in though this time, and I've taken some beautiful colours that I've chosen, and I'm going to just remember, because I've been writing it down, Joe, because I got my vellum from the Caring Thoughts, but obviously beautiful. I'm just going to get rid of those little pieces, and like I said, I've got now 3 gorgeous panels that I'm going to use. What did I do with my other one? Oh, it's disappeared, Joe, it's disappeared. Oh, I'll just pop it on my pile here, don't matter. Let's pop that there. I'm just trying to remember where I got the other bits from. But somebody might be able to help me, because I forgot to write down my solid colours. It's the double-sided. Oh, do you know where it's from? Do you know the retro pads and the clear, the blues and blushes, purples, and all those pads? That's where this has come from. Yes, that's where this has come from. I think this might be from the retro rainbows solid pad. But what I'm just going to do now is create myself some more panels. So let's go back in. I might need to just, I think I've got a little bit of glue just on there. Let's pop that back on.
Leslie Forward, she's saying she's apologising because she's asking a lot of questions this afternoon.
Ask
more
away.
questions the better, Leslie, honestly. Could you do this on a small Gemini using A3, or would it be better cutting the cards smaller and then sticking them back together?
If you're using right, so that's a very good question, because I've been using it onto the larger plate, but if you were going with the Gemini Junior,
would you have to do individual panels and then glue them back together?
Yes. I'm just going to say, yeah. Actually, no. Yes. Yes, sorry, change your mind. Just thinking there. Sorry, it's because I'm trying to visualise my little 6-inch. Yes. Individual panels. Stop laughing at me. Individual panels is the way to go forward with the MIDI or the Gemini Junior. So it's a great question.
It's a great question.
Never mind sniggering at me, Joe. I can see you. What you like. I just had to think in my head then with the sizes. Do you know the 6-inch, the 9-inch, the... What's the big one? 12
inches.
12 inches, yeah. Yep. So, well, to be fair, I'm getting worse. Just stop talking, Debbie. Stop talking. Right. I'm going to cut out one of the vines and one of the peonies. Again, let's pop those on there in my green. We're going to go in with that one first, Joe.
Excellent. The solid pad is the rainbow pearl that goes with the retro rainbow. Debbie is correct, says Rachel Gillam.
Yay! She's a good one. I've just seen, do you know when I'm talking about my flush plates? I saw one of my dies moving out there. I'm like, ooh, that were a bit close. Ooh.
Are we all good?
Oh, I think I am. Oof. Always, guys, honestly, just make sure. Let me just check. Oh, go back through. It'll be fine.
Got it?
I am. It's because it slipped off my mat. I nearly ended up with a broken die. I've done that before.
So
not
what
concentrating.
It slipped off the side at the end.
It slipped off my plate. I didn't realise, and I've not noticed, and I've put it through. And then I saw a bit of silver metal. I thought, what's that? Realised it was my die. So I've just had to put that through again.
Okey-doke.
Silly old me. But, and again, that lovely finishing detail makes all the difference, especially when you're using these panels. So I'm just going to run over with my purple mats, but I am going to take out that mat, my magnetic shim, and then we're going to just, there we go, pop that back in. And again, nice and flush, Debbie, run those through. Now, it takes a bit of time doing this one, but we've got loads of time, so this is why I wanted to show you this one, because it's a really nice concept, a trifold, and then literally paddling it back in through vellum gives a different effect, and I just love this way. And again, it's those dies, they're just absolutely, they're so versatile. All those again, paper piecing. Save those little bits if you want a paper piece. However, let's just take off my tape. Let's give it a little tap. I've earned my title of the messy crafter today. I hope John is in. John is in, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to see. He's going to see the mess.
I can see it from over here.
I know it looks like a. You go away. I can see you looking. Look, it's.
George can get a look on the overhead if you're not careful.
No, you're not. It does look a little bit of a mess. I must admit, it's a very messy back. But I'm going to sweep it up later.
Very creative, that's why, Debbie. Very creative.
Yes, it is creative. Beck, can you see again that beautiful finished detail of just by finishing it off with the emboss, you can pick up those lovely vines, the lovely detail around the floral, and especially on the entwining vines, you can see the lovely leaf detail through there as well. So again, it's worth doing that little finish. Now then, I wanted 2 of those, so I'm going to go back in with another. Oh yeah, I can just get away with that one. Another one of those. So we're going to, and I'm loving that I've already gone through loads of demos. It means I can get another couple in there. I think I'll get through all my 5 today. It'll be a world record. World record for me. It will be for me.
Ro says, if you have the Pro, you can actually, with the largest plate set, you can do this all at once, Debbie. That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Everything all at the same.
John's very impressed.
What was that?
What is going on today? This is the strangest Monday I think I've ever worked, you know.
Do you think so?
I think it's a very strange Monday. Leanne Toms says, I'm new to card making. Have you got any recommendations for ideas on designs to make cards? I've got books, but have you got any suggestions? What would be your first? Yeah, if you were going to make your first cards, Debbie, great starting point.
Ultimate Pro.
Get an Ultimate Pro,
An Ultimate Pro, yeah, because there's tons of card ideas in there, and on the board, your trifolds, your A4 folds, there's K cards in there, pop-out cards, there's all sorts in there. If you're brand new to card making, then I would definitely recommend an Ultimate Pro. It's got tons of things to it. It's a fantastic machine as well, but it's something I still use. All these years later, I've been crafting, and it's something I still use, and I know other team members still use, and one that we wouldn't be without. So it's one of those great ones to have. Plus, I'm not sure, but producer Georgina might be able to help us out with this one. With regards to the USB, did that sell out completely, the USB?
No, I believe the both editions of the USB are still in stock, as far as I'm aware.
And there's some amazing projects on there with Sarah.
Yeah, so you've got the first, there was last year's one, it's UK or US one. That'd be a great starting point, but then work up to the new one as well. There's 2 different USBs now, isn't there?
Yeah,
both of them in stock.
Fantastic. So for me, that would be a great starting point. Ultimate Pro with those fabulous projects on the USB, and there's a ton of inspiration not only in the booklet that comes with the USB, the booklet that comes with the Ultimate, but you've got the USB to fall back on and step-by-step instruction, which for me I find invaluable. And of course, if you watch Crafters TV or are new to Crafters TV, all of our shows are in what we call a library, aren't they? They're there all the time. So you could go back to shows and pick up lots of hints and tips from all the experts. So there's a ton of inspiration for you. You're never left on your own, are you really, Joe?
No, absolutely not. And remember, all of our shows are available to watch at any time. And masterclass is a great starting point. So if you go into YouTube, they're all organised into playlists, and there you've got a playlist of masterclasses. So it's a really good place to go and just have a sort of general watch and get a general feel for maybe some of the stuff that you might want to have a go at.
Right, you can see I've got my 4 panels here. I'm going to layer 2 of these up together, but I'm going to do a little bit of snipping out in a moment. First things first though, I'm going to pop in my back into the panel. I'm layering it up, so that's going to go in there. Can you see I've just chose a contrasting colour? And again, I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. This is a very, very intricate die, and it is absolutely beautiful. It really, really is. But for me, I would be definitely getting hold of a dotty tape pen. You could, of course, use your tacky glue, but Joe, you'll be at it forever and a day. There's that many beautiful features to this one. And again, all I'm doing is layering it back inside that panel to create that lovely feature. And I'm going to repeat that with this side. So let me bring in my other panel. There we go. So dotty all the way around. Cover all those bits that you want it to cover. You will get some that go on your glass mat, but don't worry, you can clean your glass mat. You've got plenty of sprays, wet wipes, good old-fashioned soap and water, if that's your bag, if that's what you love doing. Me personally, stick away, because it's one squirt, 30 seconds, and then you've got a really lovely clean palette again to work from. And don't forget your glass mat is not just a glass mat where we make cards, it also acts as a palette too. And again, that looks really beautiful, just layered back in.
This one.
Thank you. And then what I'm going to do now is double layer up this one with these 2 contrasting colours. But what I want to do is literally just snip away. So I'm going to take my little snippers and I'm going to cut away these leafy panels. So I'm just going to snip into there and get rid of those. Thank you. Oops, I'm saying thank you. John's just come in with a cuppa. Thank you, John, thank you. And again, just snip away those pieces. Just get rid of those bits. Don't want you back in the card. Come away, you're not going in there. Out you go. Oh, get out, little devil. Because I'm going to sit, excuse me, I'm going to sit that one in there.
Nice.
So again, let me just sit that one in.
Lily Ruggs says, my hubby just bought me the Gemini Pro during birthday celebrations for Christmas. When it arrived, he then said to me, happy birthday, and gave it to me as I'm turning 50 next week. Amazing. What
an amazing whole obstacle you've got there.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. How lovely.
Mary Pat was at a virtual crafting retreat. She says, I used the Ultimate Pro tons during the retreat this past weekend. Fantastic tool. Also played with the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend brush pens, which are amazing. They really are. And Leslie T saying these dies are absolutely amazing. They are, and I think they're great value as well when you look at the different, the amount of different concepts that you're able to complete with these. I think you're going to see that there's really great value in them. I've never seen a concept suite, I don't think, as big as the concept suite we've got for this one. In fact, it's so big that I've got half and Debbie's got half of it, and we've still got absolutely tons, haven't we, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when you snip into it, Joe, if just by taking those leaves off, can you see that it's kind of lifted it just with the florals? So I'm going to go back in again when you've finished with get rid of your gubbins off your mats. But I'm just going to literally pop my dotty tape pen again all the way around the filigree part, and what you'll notice is there's no glue on the actual cardstock. It's going into all the right spots and all the right places. And again, talking to those newbie crafters out there, this is for me one of those tools that you should have again. And definitely a dotty tape pen will be one of your best friends when it comes to these gorgeous panel dies. Now I've seen that I've not got enough glue just onto the back of there, so I clearly didn't put enough on. So I'm just going to run my straight edge one just onto the back. And then lastly, this time I did remember some sentiments, and I've got thought of you today. Where's my foam pads gone? Here we go. Let's pop one of those on. And flowers are like friends. They bring colour to your world. Thought these were a couple of nice stamp sets in my crafty stash. One of it, well, they're from the Floral Friends, should you wish to know where I've got these from. And I'm going to go pop one across that side, one across that side. And again, just lifting it off with some foam pads, gives it a little tiny lift. And then I'm going to finish in touch with a bow. There we go, let's take that off. And then simply...
Your mat's so sticky.
It is really sticky. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
It's because I've been literally, and I am actually going to put a little cover on there because I've got some
Do we think this is going to be a demo of the show, Debbie?
Oh, I've no idea. No idea, Joe. I've still got a couple more demos still lined up and still loads of time to do it. I know. And then I'm going to pop a little bow. In fact, can I just lift that up slightly? I wonder if I can just... Oh, we had this... Oh, that shows you how strong they are. Right, before I commit, Debbie, there we are, because I just want to put my little bow just underneath. And there you go. You've got yourself a beautiful trifold card, and you've seen me do that from literally start to finish. How long has it took? 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, amazing.
You can do things like this as well and create some beautiful cards with these panel dies. And again, showing you that versatility with them. I just think they're absolutely beautiful, really gorgeous.
They are, and the great thing is if you want to start creating cards as beautiful as Debbie's, then all you need to do, it all starts with you grabbing a hold of these. They are going very quickly. I need to let you know that a quarter of this large collection has sold out and gone, so do grab them. You've got the butterflies here, which can enable you to create gorgeous things like this. Again, nice to see that on a larger card, using it as a panel. You've got those entwined vines as well, which is this one just here. Again, being able to ink through that die is absolutely awesome. You've then got your peacock feathers in here as well. And of course, you've got your pretty peonies. A quarter of the stock has gone. Lots of you in the ordering process at the moment as well, so do grab a hold of these. You will get the Nina cardstock included too. $43.85, $54.50. Platinum members, you're looking at just over £35, just under $45, which is incredible value for money, which is excellent. Right, let me share with you some of the other stuff that's on this show and available. We launched it this morning, the brand new Get It, Got It Good, the acrylic paint markers here for you, 16 markers in total. It is a full collection of these, which is awesome, with a great saving. You're essentially buying 3 and getting 1 free, which is awesome there. $19.18 or $23.88 for Platinum members. Maybe you want some glitter in your life. Who doesn't? It's the Sparkle Glitter Brush collection. 18 pieces, again, full collection here for you. $62.35 or $81.36 is your price. We do also have some amazing ink pads, the water reactives, which are our most popular ink pad, and you've got some of our most popular colours from our most popular ink pads as well. £50 or $70 if you want to get your hands on those. £40 or $56 for Platinum members. We've got the Centura Pearl for you as well. These colour matched and coordinated to those ink pads as well, which is fantastic. So $25.53 or $44.73 if you want to grab a hold of those. Right, we're going to also have a quick look at something else which is available for you on the show. It is the interchangeable sentiments. Now, these are brilliant. Great saving here for you on these. And the thing I love about these is that you've got, 3 sentiments in each of these. You've got 6 here. So you've got... You've actually got loads of, you've got 18 different sentiments here for you. And some of them you'd absolutely buy. So I think if this was a happy birthday die on its own, you absolutely would buy it. Would you buy it on its own if it was a happy thoughts or a happy Easter die? Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you wouldn't have enough. Maybe you couldn't justify it. But the brilliant thing is, because they're interchangeable, it means that you've now got sentiments for everything. So it really is a fantastic way to go. Just for you, miss you, and thank you there. That's part of your regal frame. Then you also have the wildflowers with sending hugs, love and kisses. I do love that one. It's very tropical here. The next one you've got here is your lovely vines. You've got best wishes, best of luck and best friend. This one here is the ornate swirls. It's got sending wishes, birthday wishes, get well wishes. And finally, pretty florals. That's got congratulations, celebrate and condolence. They are all so beautiful. They layer up beautifully on those matte layers there for you as well. 52.47 or 59.53 if you want to go for those. But we're going to dive straight back in to another demonstration in a second. Don't forget, loads more coming up for you today here as well on Crafters TV. Myself and Debbie will be back with Monday Makers in a little while. So that'll be 7 p.m. in the UK, 3 p.m. East Coast, which is midday if you are across on the West Coast. Tomorrow as well, it's a fabulous day coming up tomorrow. Myself and Becky are here with Wake Up Call. Then myself and Debbie have got another launch and then a launch party for you as well. Debbie's actually here all the way through till the middle show on Wednesday. So, I mean, it's a delightful Debbie takeover week, isn't it, here on Crafters TV, to kick the week off in style, which is awesome. Any questions you've got, then get them into me. Lots of you loving that last card. Aisha saying, love the colours that you use here for this card. Susan says, Debbie, that is a gorgeous creation, with tips along the way as well. And Anne says, I can see the vines with a Sleeping Beauty castle scene behind. Love that idea, Debbie. Which one would you like to inspire us with next then, Debbie?
The elegant butterflies.
Nice.
Because I did this one on the wake-up call this morning, so I'm going to do a slightly different take on it this time. But again, absolutely beautiful. So I've got some white stamping card this time, Joe. But I hold this... Oh, do you know, today I have dropped everything. I've been looking round for my inks. I had my inks all this morning, then Tracy's been in here rifling away. She's pinched all my colours. I'm like, goodness me, I'm having a bit of a show today, can I just tell you? And then I've dropped everything all over the floor.
Oh, what you like?
Oh, what am I like? However, hold it down with some low tack tape, exactly the same. If you are using a Gemini Junior, you can see straight away it's going to fit through your Gemini Junior or your MIDI. Beautifully sized. Again, there's a lovely feature on that this die too with the embossing, so we're going to do exactly the same where we're going to create that embossed technique. So I'm going to run that through. Do love it, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I love all 4, but I think this butterfly one is something else. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. Peacock feathers maybe a close second, followed by the peonies and that vine. Oh! Actually, tell a fib. I love them all, Joe.
Do you?
I love them all.
No surprise there, Debbie.
Yeah, no surprise with me. You know what I'm like. They're all my favourites. I've got a favourite with each one. But I'm just going to lift that off for a second, and then I'm going to bring it back in. And like I said, I'm just going to finish that off by simply popping my rubber embossing mat, like so. Pop that in. Not the magnetic shim this time. The other cutting plate onto the top. And then we're going to run that through. Now, do you know, I've done it again. Just check. I need to turn this machine this way. This business is... Because I'm short, I can't turn it properly. I need to make it easy for myself instead of... What do I tell everybody? Make crafting easy for yourself. This angle is not how I would normally work with a machine at home, let me tell you. But, look, that looks absolutely gorgeous. Need to put it on a little turntable
for you.
Need to what?
Put it on a little turntable for you.
Oh, that's a good idea.
A little lazy Susan.
That's a good idea. That is a fabulous idea. Now, I'm going to go in, and I think I am going to bring... What? You see, this is the thing. She's been routing round here. She's pinched me crushed velvet. She's pinched me grasshopper. She's literally... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's fuchsia. Oh, I take it back. Found grasshopper. I take it back, Tracy. Sorry. Found the fuchsia. Lemon tonic's still missing. No, lemon tonic. Oh,
there's lemon tonic.
Hang on a minute. No, that's quick dry. Oops. Take it back, Tracy. She's not watching us, she's fine.
She's watching through the window, she's looking
busy
at you.
working, she'll never know. She'll never know I blamed her for everything, pinching everything, when literally nothing was pinched at all.
Debbie.
But she did, she come in ruffling round earlier. She went, oh, can I just pinch that? Oh, can I just have that? Oh, can I just... I'm like, Tracy, just come and help yourself. She's getting ahead of herself. This is how hard they work here. She's actually prepping for Thursday shows.
Thursday? It's only Monday.
Thursday, exactly. She's that ahead of it. She's so super speedy and fast.
She is, and she makes
super
the best cups of tea as well.
Yes, but John's made this one. We can't tell. John makes a gorgeous cup of done
Tracy's tea is better than John's tea.
Is it really?
Yeah, I would never tell John that.
He'll be listening. He's only outside.
I think
He'll be listening.
Yeah.
He'll hear you.
And John's tea is better than Jake's tea, though. I mean,
Well,
Jake's. I'm not
Jake,
saying.
I'll never get one from Jake, so I wouldn't know.
I'm not saying.
I wouldn't have a clue. Jake never remembers.
I'm not saying that the tea is bad. I'm just saying that's the tea hierarchy.
The tea, is that how it goes?
That's the tea hierarchy. It is indeed.
Now, I've just used a touch of the grasshopper through the dye that acts as a stencil, and what that's just done is given me a little slight brushing of the ink through. Can you see on the leaves?
Oh, yeah.
On the stem of the body of the butterfly, not the stem. What's it called, the body of a butterfly? Is it just his body?
I think it's just the body.
The thorax, that's a posh word, producer Georgina.
Is that not the antlers?
Is that...
We're Googling.
That's it, famous Google. I love butterflies. Michelle don't like her butterflies. My kids don't like butterflies.
Michelle doesn't like butterflies?
No, she don't like anything that flies.
Our Michelle?
Our Michelle, yeah. She
don't like anything that flies?
No.
Wow.
No, she's not a lover of the little creatures that fly. She always says they dive bomb on her. My kids are the same. When I used to go to Butterfly House, we've got a gorgeous butterfly house in Sheffield. Other side of Sheffield. I have to go in with Safi because Tasha hates them and won't go anywhere near them. I love them.
It's quite a common phobia, you know.
Do you think so?
No, it really is, yeah.
Really?
Do you want to know how I know this, Debbie?
How do you know that?
Because the animated logo for the Eurovision Song Contest 2014 featured butterflies, and there was quite a backlash, Debbie.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
So
it was really pretty.
It's a phobia, and it's more common than you'd imagine.
Well, I say.
Obviously, not amongst crafters.
No, definitely not amongst crafters, not amongst us at all. Now, all I'm going to do with this, Joe, is pretty similar to what I did this morning with my colours, because I really did like this technique. I've got myself a little bit of scrap paper, and I'm going to lift off the butterfly wings. So if you didn't see it this morning, you're going to see... Where have I put my finger dabbers? Oh dear, what have I done with them? Oh, I'll bring them out. I'll bring a new one out. I'm just literally going to... bring in the colours, and I'm just going to add a little bit of colour onto these.
Nice.
Where's my crushed velvet got? Oh, it's... I'm going to have plum pudding. Can't find it. She definitely has got them. I'm definitely going to blame her. She'll never know. But this is something you can do.
Oh, nice.
Isn't it gorgeous? Where you just lift and touch off the side of the wings. And again, absolutely beautiful. Lovely, lovely effect. And one worthy of a repeat, because if you didn't see the show this morning, this is basically what I just chose to do, lifting up the colour. And again, how gorgeous does that look? And the lovely feature is the wings lift right up off the page. Snippability wise, you could run this through again and snip the wings out and then have extra ones for your projects or whatever it is that you're making. But I'm simply just going to repeat that, Joe, all the way around.
Beautiful. Not antlers, Joe. I think you mean antennae. Maybe that's what I need. Did we find out what the body was called, Georgina? Right. There's multiple parts, so hit me with it, Georgina. There's a part of it's called the thorax. What bit's that? Looks like a neck. Then you've got an abdomen. I'm guessing that's the belly. What's the other bit? Cirricle. Cirricle. What bit's that? The lines along the body. There you go, that's all the bits.
That's all his bits?
Not his bits, that's the bits of the back.
Bits of the what?
The bits of the back.
A
The
bat?
body, the body,
it's
sorry.
It's a butterfly?
No.
A bat?
The bits of that's what all the bits of the body are called.
Oh gosh, do you know, I can't hear, Joe. I really struggle. You're so far away from me. And then I've got things in my ear that stop me from hearing you properly. So, yeah, I didn't quite catch you. So I thought you said bats. I'm thinking, why is Georgina looking for a bat? This is a butterfly. It's all right, Joe. You'll have to excuse me, Georgina. Apologies. Apologies, Joe. Not quite. I need to wash my luggols out a little bit more, I think. I think that's what it is. Now then, I'm going to go in, and again, I'm just touching up those little ends. I just think they look really lovely when you do this. It really makes it stand out as well. You can see that coming together so beautifully. Honestly, Joe, I love doing this. Find it very therapeutic as well.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, play around with your colours. I mean, could you, Debbie, if you wanted to, could you heat emboss that? Just those the ends?
Oh yeah, if you use the pigment opaque ink pads and then put your clear embossing powder over, or use your sticky ink and then popped it. You'd have to do it the same way like this, putting a little bit of scrap underneath, and it probably take, I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to take a little bit of time as well. Only because you would be doing little stages at a time, but you could possibly get 3 or 4 of these wings done. And again, just, you know, if that's the look that you want to go. I always say this about crafting, you make it as easy or as hard as you want it to be. If you want to create something really quick and easy, with my other demonstrations you can see that that's exactly what I've done. Quick, easy demonstrations. This one takes a bit of time because there's a little bit more to it. But I do, you know, I like to get a little bit creative. I like to get a bit inky, as you know. Oh, I'm just thinking sparkle pens. Did you say we got sparkle pens?
We have got, they're all on the show, yes, full collection available.
Yeah, so you could be using the sparkle pens to do this. So you'd literally do exactly the same so that I'm not catching any of that lovely vine area. But it's just another way of doing it. And I just think, again, Joe, that would look really pretty. And a little bit extra sparkly just by colouring in the butterfly wings with those. Beautiful. This is looking gorgeous again.
It really is looking absolutely beautiful. Love this technique that Debbie is using. So pretty, says Aisha. Susan says, thank you, Debbie. That's something to remember, this technique. I'm waiting for 2 sets of liftable dragonflies and others, so I'll be using this. Rose is loving this colouring technique that Debbie is showing us. It looks so awesome. It really does. Look very, very awesome.
But anybody can do this, Joe. That's the point. Anybody can achieve this look. And again, all I'm doing is it's just a little bit of scrap paper underneath the wing to protect the area around it, so you're not getting any ink and it looking like an inky mess. But this way, by just adding that little bit of paper underneath, stops it from getting all those areas that you don't want it to hit. And I'm going to poke out all my little bits in a minute because I've seen some little bits as I've been doing this. I've noticed all the areas that I haven't quite caught. However, not to worry. How are we doing it for time? We're all right for time, aren't we, as well? Yeah, loads of time. We can get the other demonstration in. So I'm just going to finish off by adding a little bit of pink in between, maybe purple as well. Let me get my purple one and add a little bit of, bit of both on there. And then literally, this is just like a little finishing touch. Of course, I could have left these if I wanted to. But I think they look really nice, just giving it that little finishing touch. And then you could be using things, glossy highlights over the top. Do you know those liftables as well that we've got on the show? The butterfly liftables are going to work really well with this collection. Really, really well, because they'll be the finishing touches. Do you know we've been talking about it, the je ne sais quoi?
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. I'm looking for me. Where's my dry cleaning brush gone? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. It's disappeared.
What are you after?
My dye cleaning brush. Oh, I'll have to poke them out instead.
Are we
I'll just poke
Tracy?
them out. Hey, actually, she could have. She could well have pinched them. She could have. But I'm just going to let me get my fingers underneath so I can see them. There we go. Is that all of them done? Oh, yeah. There we go. And then that one, I can see them now. Now I've got my ink on them, I can see all the areas that I've missed, but I would be using, for this bit, I would be using the dry cleaning brush. I think, no, that's not all of them. I've seen some more. But how gorgeous does it look? And it's worth doing it as well, Joe, Joe, remembering that, worth doing it. If you are going to use your sparkle pens, maybe cut this out into watercolour cardstock. Look how gorgeous. Just look how beautiful that panel looks. And what I'm going to do now, Joe, is I'm going to bring in some cardstock. Now, I've got myself some of the beautiful, talking of it earlier, that gorgeous retro rainbow. Thank you very much. I was trying to think there. I've cut myself a piece. Now, this actually measures, and I'll just give you the measurements. It is 8.5 inches by 6 inches, and I've scored it at 7 inches there to give this little flap, because I'm going to have one of those floating elements. So I've cut myself another little panel, and that actually is 1.5 inches by 6, so that it will fit on the bottom. I needed a bit of acetate. Now, I love acetate, but my God, it drives me mad. It's invisible. That's not you. Just give me a second, Joe. I'm going to try I'm going to try and find my acetate, because I had it earlier, but I've seemed to have misplaced it.
Patty says, loving this demo. Stacey says, never have thought of doing this. So with the butterflies, it has turned this demo just fabulous. And Ro, loving this colouring technique as well. It looks so awesome. It really is awesome. It's something you can do with any of the designs, really, any of your leftable dies for that matter. You found it, Debbie?
Oh yeah, usual place, on the floor.
On the floor.
On the floor, in the usual place. Now, of course, you could just interlink the two between them and have that in between there, but I want a little bit of extra strength and stability, yeah. So I'm just going to literally sit that, and that's going to have, I'll use my solid tape pen for this, just so I can literally attach that to the acetate. So I'm going to take the acetate up to the top. Remember, when you're using our acetate, because I've just seen a little bit extra loose parts, there is a coating on it. So we have what we call a coating over the top, and it's a protective coating for the acetate in transportation. And then I'm going to just pop that onto the bottom layer. So let's get some more tape pen just on. Beautiful papers, these. If you've got the cardstock, absolutely glorious. Oh, coming to the end, I can see the silver. Oh, it's there, look. That one in the bin, Joe. We're going down some tape pens in here.
It's because we do a lot of crafting, Debbie.
We do. Oh, I'm chucking everything up the floor, Joe. Oh, I can hear everything literally falling off. And then I'm blaming everybody else for things missing, and it's me. There we go, pop that on. Now, I'm going to sit in the backdrop, some of that beautiful... Now, do we go with rainbow or do we go with spots? Just 2 seconds for a minute, Joel. Oh, love that rainbow.
Choices.
I know, I do love the rainbow. And I think the rainbow with butterflies, yeah, we'll go with the rainbow and the butterflies. So I'm just going to pop on a bit of the wet glue for this one. So this is our all-purpose glue. And again, it gives me that little bit of a wiggle time to get it into place. And I've just cut it down a tiny fraction again to give it a little bit of a frame, like so. And then we're ready to pop this panel on. But first, I just need to put and I think I'll have the contrasting ones. I think I'll have the dotty ones. Because if I put put the rainbows, I think it might be a little bit too much. So yeah, we'll go with the dotty. So let's pop the dotty tape pen. No, the dotty paper on the panel, and again just cut them down to size, a fraction smaller, 1/4 inch, for anybody wishing to replicate this. It's just 1/4 inch off either panel, like so. And then I'm going to connect now my 2 panels, and because there is the liftable factor to this one, and I do want a little bit of a layering, so I've gone for a colour and chosen a colour, and I've just cut myself another one, Joe, just to sit on the top, and it literally just lifts it. Again, it's just that little tiny bit of a lift and a little bit of a drop shadow. So I'm going to pop me dotty tape pen over the top of the design this time, so again onto the top, because I'm going to be layering my panel onto the top of it. So I want this to be facing the right way around. If I put it the other way, it's not going to work, but I'll do that in a moment when I want to stick it onto there. So I'm just going to layer that up, but I'm just going to offset it slightly again, give it that little bit of a drop shadow feel. Let's make sure I've got the bottom bit. Just think it just gives it a nice little finishing touch. And then I'm going to go in with the dotty tape pen again, around the base of it now, like so, all over.
Can you just more is more, is it, with this? Is it best just to get loads of the dotty
Oh
on there?
yeah, definitely, because it's going to stick on there as well, Joe. So I would personally prefer to get more on, and rather than less. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift up my little butterfly wings because I don't want them sticking down. I mean, this feature of this is the fact that they have got this lovely lift up element. So I'm going to do that all the way around and make sure, and it literally sits that little bit. It's like I'm with you on this one. Do you know the fact that it's got butterflies going either way? They're like the dancing.
Nice, aren't they?
I love them. I just think they're beautiful. But I do like the idea of having them flying up, which is why I think the liftables will work really well with this collection. And does it come as a singles or is it just the whole deal? The
liftables are all available individually as well, I do believe.
Yeah, so you could, if you were just going for the butterfly one and this one, you could just go for the butterfly liftables. And again, the versatility that you've got with those,
They're
lots of different styles.
Not in the show individually, but they are available on the website individually.
Yes, yeah, should you want to. But again, I'm just going to lift those up. And it's just take that little bit of time to get them into place and lift up your wings. And I just think it's worth doing this little bit. There you go. And then lastly, literally just absolutely beautiful, but I just need to get my pokey tool underneath there because I have put quite a bit of because I put quite a bit of glue on, it seeped through to this side as well. But just take your time. It's worth just doing this little extra little bit just for that little finishing touch. And again, I'm just going to get me, in fact, I might leave that one flat just a little bit, just have it floating off. I've got myself a little Make the Wish sign, our swash stamps. I don't know if you've got some swash stamps. So these were the swash ones. So I'm going to pop a little bit of chunky glue just onto either end. Got a bit of a glob in there. There we go. And that's going to sit just underneath that one and have it a little bit kitty corner. Got myself another little ribbon for the top. How are we doing for time? Ooh. We might just get that other one.
Oh, we might just squeeze the last one in.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get that done. There we go. And then I'm just going to finish that off with, what colour gems would look? A purple? Oh, no.
Big purple ones?
Big purple ones. I've got some purple ones. You know, me and my gems. I love a good gem. I get mine from the Hunky Dory section because I do love their gems. I'm not going to lie. Big, massive lover of them. I think I'm going to go with these pastel ones though, Joe. I'll go in with a nice big one. And I'll pop in my butterflies this time. This morning I did it on my florals, but I thought I'm going to put a little one in each one of my butterflies. Maybe not all of them, just a couple of them. She says, step away from the gems, Debbie, step away from the gems, because I know what I'm like. But again, just like I said, it's that little finishing touch. And I don't know about anybody else, but I do love things to just have a nice little finish to them. And I think these work really well. I might have to put a little pink one though because I've run out for that last one. However, there you go, Joe. A little floating element now this time. There you go, with those gorgeous butterflies. And again, just showing you how fabulously versatile these gorgeous dies actually are. And it really, really does stand out when you take those inks into it. And again, it's just, it's just right. It just make it look really, I mean, when you look at that, to think that that's just come from a piece of white stamping card, don't that look like you've spent absolutely tons of time? And I haven't. I've only spent about 15 minutes on this demo again, just showing you how fantastic they are, Joe.
Really, really fantastic set of dies here, which is going to make, creating awesome projects very, very easy. So let me take you back through what you got. So you've got the butterflies, of course, in here. These are the kind of awesome things you're going to be able to make with these. Then we've also got, as you can see here, those gorgeous vines. These are the kind of things you're going to be able to make with those. Got a gorgeous peacock feather, is this one just here. And again, that's got this gorgeous design on it. And of course, you've then got your peonies there as well. All four of those coming your way for that awesome price, $43.85, $54.50, and of course, you can use your Club Inspire discount there as well. I want to run you through the ink pads that we've got because this is how you're going to create that same effect that Debbie just created there. So what you're going to receive in here, 13 of our most popular ink pads. You've got Fuchsia, Smoked Emerald, Green Topaz, you've got the Frosty Jade, the Midnight, Pine Tree, Grasshopper, Spring Meadow, Crushed Velvet, Parakeet, Oasis, Honeypot, and also the Anthracite in there as well, which is fantastic. £50 or $70 to get those. And that all colour matches perfectly with the Centura Pearl that you can see just here. So we've got an 8-pack collection, 80 sheets, baby pink, lilac, mint green, royal blue, the lavender, deep purple, the fuchsia, and the platinum all in there as well. 10 sheets of each of those. Beautiful, beautiful quality, 310 GSM. I'm going to give you an opportunity to check out your baskets before we come back and have one more demonstration from the lovely Debbie. Here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Achieve crisp, precise, and perfect die cutting results every time with the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim. The idea behind the plastic shim is that it creates a thicker plate combination, offering an even more precise die cutting result with each pass. Simply pop a plastic shim between your cutting plates and then roll through your Gemini die cutting machine and voila! An amazing precise cut every time. Plastic shims work really well with detailed or thin metal dies. So if intricate cutting is your thing, then the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim is your best friend. There are plastic shims sized to work with a whole range of Gemini machines. We have some awesome deals going, so visit Crafters Companion website and find out more.
Still very, very busy on this brand new collection of dies as well. I tell you what, Debbie, I know we've only got about 15 minutes left, so should we do demo of the show and then get the last demo underway? How does that sound?
That sounds all right. Just give me a second. Let me grab my cards. Sorry, Joe.
You grab those cards. Don't forget as well, another fantastic show coming up later, 7 p.m. in the UK, 3 p.m. East Coast, midday West Coast. We'll be back with a launch party tonight. Loads and loads and loads of great products on that show. Myself. Oh.
Yeah, Monday Makers, Joe, Monday Makers. Just so you're aware, we're not on Tuesday. It's Monday the 1st of November.
What
it's Monday Makers at 7 p.m.
like?
I know, you're getting a bit carried away with yourself. Almost like speeding that week up a little bit. Let's slow it back down. Monday Makers.
Monday Makers tonight.
7 p.m.
Do you know what? It's a good job it is Monday Makers because there's also lots of great deals on that show as well. And Debbie's here. I will go maybe into a bit more depth for you as well. So, yeah, join us both for that. But for now, we best crack on with demo of the show.
Right, so I'm going to include the last one because I've got the last one planned and we've got enough time to get that one done as well. So, we'll start with number 1, the shaker card. So, number 1. Number 2 was the reverse easel card. So, number 2. Number 3 was the trifold card. Number 3. Number 4 is the one that I've just done with the beautiful butterflies. So that's number 4. Or number 5, which is what we're going to do next, is our gift box.
Ooh.
And this is number 5.
So
it's 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Entirely up to you. You decide. Get voting.
Make sure you use that vote. Crafters TV across on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. So get voting right now. Details there along the bottom of your screen, which is fantastic. Some brilliant, brilliant demos from the lovely Debbie in this show. But just a bit more time to squeeze one more in, eh, Debbie?
Yes, absolutely. And I've used the Centura Pearl. I've gone a little bit bright. I don't know if you've noticed my colour themes today. Some have been really bright in your face. Some have been really laid back, you know, complimentary complimentary. Again, it's just showing you the kind of things that you can do. Might not be to everyone's taste, however, you make your project work for you, whatever it is that you've got in mind, and those kind of things. And that's what I always say. It's about experiment, it's about trying, it's about getting something what you like. Right, so with that in mind, Jo, I've cut myself 2 pieces of cardstock. Now this is the beautiful turquoise. I'll give you the measurements so you can see it, but I have to pull it down here just for a second. Sorry, George. So the measurements for this cardstock are 10.5 inches in height by 8 and a quarter. I've actually scored it at 5 inches and 10 inches on the landscape way. Yeah, that's right, landscape way. And then this one creates that little bit of a tab, and you just take your scissors to create this little bit. However, we need to put the bottom score lines in for the gift bag or the gift box or light up box, and I've scored that at 1.5 inches. And again, all I've just done with this is taken the little snips out, you know, to make it nice and neat when you fold up your box. I have popped a couple of little bases as well, because I've got a base. I like to strengthen the bottom part of it, and for that bit it measures at 5 inches by 5 inches, because that's technically what this box will be. And I always write on 1 foot base, 1 foot inside as well. But what we're going to do is pretty similar to what we did with the first piece, where we created our aperture. So with that in mind, I'm going to use the entwining vines, but again, you could be using any of these designs to create this. And what this does is it's just creating, remember said to them a trifold card, it's exactly the same. We're going to create the aperture part to it. So again, I'm going to bring in my Gemini plate, trying to think then, my Gemini plate, and we're going to pop in our plastic shim, the magnetic shim, and also the last cutting plate, not the rubber and mat though, Debbie, this time. So again, run that through and you'll cut. It depends again. I'm using 2 panels, so I've got 2 panels of those measurements that I just gave you, keeping one solid, so I've got one like this, Jo, that I'm not cutting into. However, if you were making a light up box, you would perhaps do this, what I'm about to show you now, on all 4 sides to create that light up element, adding your vellums or your acetates or whatever it is that you want. But all I'm wanting to do with this is literally create a little bit of an aperture. Like I said to you earlier, Jo, these little pieces I'm going to keep for another time, because I could use those again for another project. And what you're going to do is just kind of repeat that again on that side, and what you'll end up with is a panel that looks like so. So very similar to what we did with the trifold card, but we've just done it onto our box base. So you've got those 2 pieces, and like I said, you're going to keep one side solid. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to create our inside panel. So we've got some Centura pearl. Now again, let me just bring in, where did you put it, Debbie? The beautiful Centura pearl that comes with the, it comes with this, doesn't it, the Centura pearl? Top of my head.
It comes with the Nina card.
Oh, is it the Nina card?
We do have that 80-sheet Centura bundle on the show.
That's where I'm getting confused. That's where I'm getting confused. But I'm using Centura Pearl for this one. And again, I'm just going to run that through. And I'm going to hold it down a little bit more. Low tack tape. Debbie, what did you do with your low tack tape? It's there. Don't want to be using any more right now. And again, I'm just going to run that through. And this creates that contrasting panel. And again, layering up. So I'm layering up this time, but I'm popping it back in. But I'm going to pop a little bit of vellum behind the back. And again, for the extra texture, that extra embellishment, the extra texture, just run it through. Again, like I said, these dies are worth running back through with your embossing mat. So again, I'm just going to lift off the magnetic shim, put that to one side.
Oh, Debbie, do you know what I've just realised?
What have you just realised?
It's going to be dark when we finish this show.
Oh, I know.
It's dark already. The clocks have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, it's going to be pitch black outside.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I know. Yeah, absolutely, because of all the new times that we have here in England. But yes, it is. It was very strange yesterday, because when I was in my craft room and I went trick-or-treating with my little granddaughter, first time she'd ever done it, guess what she decided to go as?
What?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
She's obsessed.
He's not very scary, though.
Utterly obsessed with Spider-Man. But do you know what?
Did you have to dress
We
up
saw
as
5
well?
other Spider-Men.
Did you?
No.
I thought you were going to be made to dress up.
Well, she did. She had us in mind, but I didn't have a witch's costume. She
Right.
wanted me to be a witch's costume. Not like my daughter said, well, you don't really need much, Mum, do you? Gotta love my kids.
Did you not
gotta
even
love
have a
them.
little hat or anything?
No, I've lost everything that I had last year. I don't know what I've done with them, Joe. Really don't know what I've done with them. Right, so I absolutely loved, can I just tell you, absolutely loved going trick-or-treating with you. But there we go, that's going to sit in there. Now, again, if you're going to create a see-through box, then perhaps put some acetate behind the back. I've gone with vellum again, Joe. Gone with vellum again. So let me just lift... come on, Debbie, where have you
It
put
lends
the vellum?
itself well to these, doesn't it, the vellum?
Yes, it does. It really, really does. And again, all I'm going to do is pop this around. Yeah, little and God love her. Are we going for candy, Nanan? She calls it candy.
Candy?
Candy,
Where's she
yeah.
got that from?
She watches a lot of those Spidey-Man and Friends.
Right.
And that's what they call it, don't they? Because they were based in America. And I
Right,
think that's
okay.
what they call sweets, isn't it, in our stateside Friends. It's called candy.
So that's what Safi calls it. I love
She
that.
calls it candy, yeah. She went trick or treat. She knocked on the door and she'd go, knock, knock. That's what she says.
So
knock,
she says
knock.
it as she does
She says knock, knock, yeah. Knock, knock. And then she went trick or treat. And then goes in with handful to grab all the sweeties up. And then, thank you, happy Halloween. That's what she said. She was so polite. God love her. She's only 3, little sweetheart.
Oh, did she get plenty of sweets?
Way too many. Poof. There were a lovely lady on Endert Street where she lives. There's a lovely lady, decorates the house up. She were actually dressed as like a spooky pirate.
Wow.
She had she had sweets, cakes, toffees, all sorts of stuff. And she told her to come back at Christmas because they do Christmas presents at Christmas and dress
Wow.
up. I'm like, goodness me. She looked amazing. And you know, it were a lovely night last night. I really, really enjoyed it. I took an hour out me crafting prep time to go and do trick-or-treating.
See, I
with
quite
her.
like it, but I mean, I live in an apartment and also I live in a city centre. There's not really any children around our way. I need to like, maybe I need to borrow some children, Debbie.
Be careful, Joe, be careful.
Suburban children that I can go out and go trick-or-treat
You
with
could have
them.
come with us. You could have
Could
come with
do.
us if you weren't busy working yesterday. You could have come with us.
Could have done. Next year.
Yeah. Now then, all I'm doing is, with the acetate, not acetate, Debbie, vellum, I'm just sitting those back in there, and this creates that beautiful panel feature. I really do love these dies, Joe. Honestly, when I heard that I'd got the launch show with it, yeah, I'm not going to lie, got a tad excited.
Did you?
Oh, I did, yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm going to use some red liner tape, because this is a box. Are we doing all right for time? Have I got plenty
Yeah,
of time?
5 minutes left on the show.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to pop some red liner tape on. With it being a construction box, I do prefer the red liner tape option. And I'm going to pop one on this panel, one on this panel, and then I'm just going to use tape from my bottom part of the box. There we go. And then all you do, and this is for any gift box, any light up box, whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to take the tab and you're going to literally marry it up with the straight edge of your panel and literally just match that up like so. Before I commit, I just make sure it's nice and lined up, which I can see that that is. And then I'm just going to give it a little extra burnish with my burnishing tool. Oh, nearly moved then, Debbie, nearly moved. There we go, like so. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. I don't know what's going off here today, but things aren't just sticking down. There we are, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. So again, I'm just going to literally bring that forward and lift off the tape and then pop that down, and it makes it really nice and easy to do. I'm just going to pop though on the bottom some tape running all the way around onto my panels and literally now stick those down into place. And then my base part, oops, make sure you've got that nice and straight. There we are. I'm going to stick my base on the bottom. Where's my base gone? Let's pop that on. We're going to pop the base on the inside and one on the outside. Just square that off. And all I'm going to do is, for this, I'm going to use a bit of wet glue. And we can always straighten it out once you've got the inside panel, but it strengthens the bottom part of it. Whenever you're using a gift box, especially if you're putting things in that are heavy, I always say you can do this little bit, but definitely add the extra panels, Joe, but you can always straighten it while you're getting this into position.
Okay.
And then exactly the same on the inside, we're going to pop one. Can you see I put my base outside, base inside?
is the
But
base
only because
inside-
I've trimmed a little bit slightly smaller, which is
Okay.
why I've wrote that on there.
You're very well organised today, aren't you, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely, I've been a lot
I
better
mean, I'm not
organised.
suggesting that you're not always well organised.
Now, the only thing I'm going to do now, Joe, is I've got my lid. I've used some beautiful papers again from that gorgeous paper pad. This is the Paisley one.
Nice.
And this is still readily available. And I've literally, just to make my gift box lid, I'm going to pop that on. And then the finishing touches will be my little florals. And I can't believe I've got all my demos that I had planned for today's show, actually, for once, completed. I'm super proud of myself. Super proud of myself. There we go. And then literally, last one, tab. Pop that into place. Pop that over the top. Got myself my gorgeous gift box.
Eleanor
And then
Foster's-
just finishing off, Joe, I've got some little flowers that I'm
Nice.
just going to pop on there with me chunky glue wherever it's disappeared to. Oh, it's
Eleanor
there.
Foster said I can have her children. I don't want them full time, Eleanor. just one night, just the one evening. And maybe
You just
like
want to borrow them.
maybe a couple of times over Christmas when there's like good kids Christmas films out that I want to go and see. Maybe then. Maybe Bonfire Night would be another good one as well. That's about it other than
I
that.
know, Bonfire Night. I'm missing Bonfire Night with Safi this year because I'm busy working. I think I'm at Create and Craft actually.
Are you?
I am, yeah. And then lastly, last two florals. Put one that side. Make sure it's just underneath. And one that side.
There we are.
And there you go. You've got yourself a beautiful gift box, like so. There we go.
Really beautiful.
All done and dusted, Joe.
Card of the show was number 2, Debbie.
Number 2. Hang on a minute.
Number 2, which was the...
Was that the reversed easel?
Yes,
Oh,
there
was
you
it
go.
the peacock? Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little
Are you a
bit
bit
shocked.
shocked? There you
little
go.
bit shocked, but each to the road. Let me bring that up so you can see it. Do you know what, though? I think I know why. It's those gorgeous feathers.
It is the gorgeous feathers.
And kept it nice and simple with that one. But there you go, just shows you.
Absolutely beautiful. Let me quickly whiz back through what you're getting in this collection. Then remember, so you're going to get those beautiful butterflies that are in here. So much you can do with these. I think we've really shown you in this show how how many different concepts you can do. You've got those vines in there, also those feathers as well, and of course then the peonies are within there as well, and you're getting the Nina cardstock for that excellent price. Don't forget to check out your baskets. Make sure you get your hands on this brand new launch. Did I hear 40% of our launch stock has now sold out and gone? So if you do want to get these, do be quick for them. Massive thanks to Debbie. Big thanks to you guys at home, of course, as well. We're going to go and have ourselves some dinner, or tea, I think as they call it here. And then what we'll do is we'll see you back here in 2 hours' time for Monday Makers. See you then. Take care.